Hey winos, welcome back to the Short Pour, our hopefully 5-minute Cliff Notes version of episode 6. We are family. No, I am not singing it. Part 1. As you know, we always start with the wine, but in the Short Pour, we do a loved it, liked it, loathed it. So Jules, what did you think of your wine?
So just to recap, I was drinking a Natura Rosé from Chile, and I loved it. What about you?
I was drinking a boxed wine, Boda Box. It was one of their Nighthawk series. It was not my favorite. I do love the Nighthawk series usually, but that one wasn't so great. Oh, but Jules, you had a wonderful suggestion of turning it into
Sangria.
Yeah, sangria,
Yeah.
turning it into sangria. And I thought that was brilliant.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
I have my moments.
Yeah.
Okay, now onto the Short Pour. At the end of March, we had the opportunity to host a live session of Wine with HR at NORC 2026. And one theme came through loud and clear. HR professionals are exhausted. I'm sure there's a collective sigh going around with all of our listeners right now. And they're often isolated while dealing with it. So, Trish, I'm guessing that you have a stat to back up what I just said.
You know I do. It's hard to pick because there are so many great ones from that episode. But the one I think I want to focus on for this short pour is that 84% frequently experience stress and 81% report feeling burned out. And when we're talking burnout, we're talking chronic stress that leads to not just physical exhaustion, but emotional exhaustion as well.
So, why do HR leaders feel this way? Well, one major reason, which we talk about in more depth, of course, in the long pour or the full episode, is organizational misalignment. So 73% of HR leaders say their organization prioritizes processes over people, which when we're talking about HR is pretty ironic because we are supposed to be people first. That shift leads to more administrative work, more compliance work, and less time for the meaningful, human-centered work that drew many of us to HR in the first place.
Then there's the emotional cost of the job itself. HR professionals, we rely heavily on the soft skills, as some people call them, but we love to call them our superpowers or our power skills. Every single day, we're talking about empathy, compassion, conflict resolution, emotional intelligence, and over time, that emotional labor actually adds up. Some researchers call it compassion fatigue, which is the cumulative toll of absorbing all of these other people's stress, their pain, and conflict until your own emotional reserves start to run dry.
Add in toxic workplace behavior, which is something that was one of the number one reasons that HR professionals are thinking about leaving the workplace, and role ambiguity, role conflict, constant work pressure, and the expectation to do more with less. And it's no wonder that so many HR professionals feel undervalued, unappreciated, and completely depleted. Hear, hear.
Hear, hear. Now, here's the irony in all of this. Everything HR works so hard to give employees, feeling seen, valued, appreciated, heard. Well, we as HR professionals need it too. And then this brings us to the heart of our episode, part 1, which is finding your family within your organization. Because like it or not, it is where you spend most of your time, the workplace. And you need at least 1 or 2 people at work that you can vent to. Maybe bounce ideas off of them, problem solve with them, and really importantly, laughing with them, going to lunch, and just feeling human, at least for an hour.
Yeah, that's so important. But, in HR, it can get a little tricky because we're often told, either directly or indirectly, that we need to isolate ourselves, that being friendly could compromise our professionalism. that confidentiality means emotional distance. And yes, there are certainly boundaries that we have to maintain, but complete isolation is not the answer. So, who can be a part of your internal HR family, Trisha?
Honestly, it's usually people at the same level as you, or people who deal with similar frustrations. Colleagues who can understand how the organization actually works. Sometimes it's people who don't constantly need HR or generate complaints to HR. Those steady, grounded employees who tend to see the big picture.
Yeah, and people within your own department can be a great support system too, as long as you're mindful of boundaries, especially with direct reports or supervisors. We talk more about that in the full episode, of course. But basically, you want connection, not complications.
C-suite members and even owners can sometimes be allies, but you need to be thoughtful. Be cautious about how much criticism you share because defensiveness, well, that can shut down trust very quickly.
Yes. And of course, if you own a business, you're going to get defensive about it if somebody's criticizing it. So, again, we're all human. We got to be mindful of the human nature in all of this. There are a few important caveats to everything we talked about and everything we talk about in the full episode. You want to be mindful of potential conflicts of interest. Someone you're close with could someday end up being involved in an HR issue, and that could make things awkward. So be clear when information is confidential, especially with direct reports, and keep in mind that trust is built not just by sharing, but by acting responsibly with the information that you are given.
And here's some more things that we need to talk about. Once you find your people, the key is consistency and intention. Set up a regular coffee meeting. Start a small tradition, maybe sharing a meme on a certain day, grabbing lunch, going for a walk outside. These don't have to be big or formal. They just need to be real, powerful interactions because connection, real connection, is one of the most powerful antidotes to burnout.
So, if this hit a chord with you, make sure you listen to the full episode already available for your listening pleasure. And there's a part 2 coming soon. We want to ask a personal favor as well. We're still learning how all of this podcasting works. And in our efforts to grow our audience and reach more people who need to hear what we have to say and become part of our community, we need people to follow the podcast, not just listen to the episodes. So if you're not following us and don't mind doing so, we'd be eternally grateful. Also, if you can follow our pages on LinkedIn and Facebook, we'd also be very grateful.
Don't forget to share us with your friends, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Cheers!
Cheers!